are going to set up your science notebook. I would like for you to get a notebook that is just for science. It's not your reading notebook, your writing notebook, math, or social studies. It's going to be just for science. If you have a permanent marker, I'd like for you to get a permanent marker. If you don't, that's okay. I'll show you in just a moment what to do if you don't have a permanent marker. If you do have a permanent marker on the front of your notebook, I would like, and it's pretty, I'm going to write pretty large, I'd like for you to write science. Please look at the screen and check your spelling. After you write science, I'd like for you to write your name. And I know you're thinking, why am I writing my name? I'm at home. Eventually, we're going to be back face to face. And so when we're face to face, you'll be able to put this notebook in your backpack, bring it to school, and you'll be good to go. Now, if you don't have a permanent marker, then it's not going to help to write on this surface because washable markers will just wipe right off. So if you don't have a permanent marker, so for example, this is a marker I have, but it's not a permanent marker. I want you to, if you don't have a permanent, go to the inside cover and do the same thing. So if you've already done this on the outside, you don't have to do it again. All right, so you're either doing and writing on the cover with a permanent marker, or you can write on the inside cover without a permanent marker. Okay, please do that. If you need to pause the video to get that finished, do that before you move on. So before you move on in the video, I'd like for you to have your notebook labeled. All right, after you have your notebook labeled, I'd like for you to open the cover. I like to turn my cover back. And we're going to start on this very first page. And so on your very first page, I'd like for you to write today's date, 9/15/20, and I'd like for you to write the question, how do scientists know so much? So I'd like for you to write that information. I'm going to keep talking. If you need to press pause to get this written in your notebook, please do that. Whenever you're using notebooks, it doesn't matter which subject, you always start with this page, and then once we fill this page, we will go to the back of the next page and fill that page. And then the next page. And then when I'm turning, I'm going to be really careful, and I'm only going to get one and go to the back. It's important because we write so much thinking in our notebooks and we want them to last all year. So it's important that we're going to write on the front and then we're going to write on the back. It's also important that if it's science, we're using our science notebook. If it's reading, we're using our reading notebook. Okay, so you should have the date and you should have this question. Now there's two options. You can do this on your own or you can have someone help you. I am going to show you what it looks like to do on your own. So what you're going to do is trace one of your hands. I write with my right hand, so I'm going to put my left hand on the paper. And I'm going to spread out my fingers. And then I'm going to use my pencil, and I'm going to trace my hand. If you don't want to trace, you could ask someone at your house to trace for you. Okay, so I'd like for you to have the outline of your hand. Once you have the date, you have this question and the outline of your hand, I would like for you to go to the next task in Schoology.